Hi, I'm Nola, and today we're going to be making lemon meringue pie. The materials that we have are 2 bowls, a hand mixer, paper towels, a spoon, a fork, 2 different whisks. We have an 8x8 pan, a measuring cup, a spatula, a knife, and measuring spoons. We have sugar that's going to be separated into 3 different parts. We have 2 different parts of flour for our 2 different parts of the lemon meringue pie. We have 2 lemons, 4 eggs, half a cup of butter softened to room temperature. We have salt and cream of tartar. Start by taking your butter and a paper towel, and you're going to rub some of the butter onto the paper towel. You're then going to take the paper towel and you're going to grease down your pan so that when you eventually add your crust, it doesn't stick. Go. You're going to then set aside your pan and set the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're going to whisk together our flour, a pinch of salt, and our granulated sugar, which is only a 1/4 cup of that granulated sugar. You're gonna then whisk until you have something that looks like this. Now you're gonna pick up your knife and you're going to cut your butter into tiny pieces into that mixture. Once your butter's in there, you're gonna wash your hands, which I already did, and then you're gonna use your hands to mix the butter into the flour mixture so it creates a dough-like texture. So you can see I'm just pulling and squishing until eventually it forms the dough we need. Go. Once you're done mixing it, your dough should look something like this. And then you're gonna put it into your pan and push it down so it's even against the bottom and up all the sides slightly. Go. Okay, so once you're done, it should look something like this. And then you're gonna take your fork and you're going to make a couple different stab wounds into the dough. Now that you're done with that, you're gonna go and you're gonna put it into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. I like to put it in for around 17 because that is a good middle time. Go. Now you're gonna take your napkins and you're gonna wipe off the inside of the bowl. Go. Now you're gonna add 3/4 cup of sugar to the bowl and you're gonna zest 1 lemon into it. Go. Once you're done zesting the lemon, you're then gonna take your fingers and you're gonna rub the lemon zest into the sugar until it has a slightly yellow color all around and a very lemony fragrance. Oh. It should look like this once you're done. And the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna add in 2 eggs. And then you're gonna whisk those in until your mixture is a light color. This is what it should look like when it's done. Thick, light. Now you're gonna cut both your lemons and you're going to juice them into that mixture. Go. Now you're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of flour, and then you're gonna whisk that and the lemon juice in until they're both fully incorporated. When it's done, it should look something like this. Okay, so now you're gonna take the done crust out of the oven, and you're gonna take your meringue filling, and you're going to pour that into here. No. Now we need to get egg whites for our meringue topping, so we're going to be using the 2-bowl method, which is where we crack the egg and then we get the whites into 1 bowl, and then we're gonna put eventually the yolk into the other, because it's very important you don't even get the slightest bit of yolk or else your meringue will not form. So there's our yolk and there's our white. Now we're gonna repeat the same process for the next one. Go. Okay, so now we have both of them separated. We are going to take our yolks and we are going to set them aside because you can always use them for something else in the future. You're going to add your egg whites into your large mixing bowl, and then you're also going to add a pinch of salt. Go. You're gonna plug in your hand mixer, and then you're going to use that to whisk this until it starts to bubble. Once it looks something like this, you're going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar. And then you're gonna whisk that up until soft peaks start to form. Go. Okay, once it looks something like this and peaks form when you pull it up, just like that, you're going to then gradually add in your sugar, teaspoon by teaspoon, until peaks form that can hold for a long time and it looks very nice and shiny. So I'm going to start off by adding in 2 teaspoons and whisking that in. We're done there. We're just going to spread it out a bit. I'm going to make sure we have Mr. Goat do all his work for us. Take a spoon, we're going to smooth it out, and then we're going to use it and we're going to push down and pull up to make peaks everywhere that will get slightly more golden brown when we put it back in the oven. Go. Okay, so now we're going to put that back in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes just so our meringue can brown on top. I like to put it in once again for the middle time of 11 minutes, and then we'll see what happens. Go. Okay, so this is what our finished product looks like just coming out of the oven. We're gonna let it cool and then you can cut a slice later. Go. Okay, now we are just cutting it up after it cooled. We're gonna get out 2 pieces. This is the final result of the lemon meringue pie.